Hey y'all, this is Russ, and I just gotta tell you, like, the smiling and laugh is because this is like my 5th take on this video. The last video, take 4, was fantastic. No dogs were barking, no interruptions, no like emails or DMs or anything like that. It was just, I got all the way up to like the last little bit, and then my iPad stopped and it says storage is full. My luck. Maybe it wants me to chill out a little bit more. So listen, I'm reaching out to you today because we are quickly approaching our goal of our fundraising, our support raising, before we head to Scotland. If you didn't know, we only have 9 days left. 9 days with 103 days left to move. Lisa and I are going to Scotland in July to look for a place to buy. We made a decision a couple weeks ago, a humongous decision, to sell our home in Vero Beach, Florida, and to buy a home in the UK. And the reason for that was to lower our expenses. We just found like we're at 45, actually due to the gift of somebody else, we're at about 46, 47% to our goal. Thank you guys so much for that. But we were like, you either have to increase your income or decrease your expenses. So we're doing everything in our power to decrease our expenses. What I like to do now is I'm gonna put our website right here. I'm looking at the screen because that's my monitor. And what I'd like for you to do is maybe go there to www.godsnotdead.org and click on the resources. On the resources page, right in the middle, you're gonna see where it says ministry presentation. It's this. Now, if you would like one of these fancy-dancy ones made by Lisa with our beautiful logo on there, and it talks about Inverness and it has our contact and all that good stuff, and we made it super simple to read. If you want to put it on your coffee table or something like that, we'd love to send you one absolutely free. And then that way you can have it. It costs us like $1.25 or something like that to send it in the US mail. If you're overseas, it's going to cost us about $2.50. But if we got one person out of it to donate, it would be huge. So in the meantime, if you want to follow along really quick, because we only have 9 days left, we're pushing really, really hard to get to this next part, which is explaining to people like why we're going to Scotland. Well, if you notice right here, this big bar, this says that there is, if you go down here, it says there's 5.5 million people in Scotland. This says that almost 3 million people don't believe or have any faith at all. Now, if you were to take in the people that were there, living there illegally, or the new immigrant situation, it would be much higher than that. It's closer to 6 million people are living there, and it's closer to about 3.5 million people, or about 70% of the country, has no faith at all. So when you take in the other faiths, it's actually catastrophic to think that nearly 80% of the country has no faith at all, or there's no Christian bearing on it. When in 1925, when the census was taken, 80% of the country went to Christian churches on a regular basis. We're going to get into more of that in a minute. Out of the 1.9 million people that say they're Christians, we call that hereditary Christianity, meaning my great-grandfather was a Christian, my grandfather was a Christian, my dad was a Christian, and I'm a Christian. I may not have been in the church since I was like 2 or 3 years old, or I've been for a wedding way back when, or whatever the case might be, but I am only a Christian because of my family. But to put this in consideration, in 1925, when King George had a census done, 44,000 paid clergy, that was their full-time job. That's all they did, was their priests, vicars, pastors, ministers, lay pastors, whatever the case, chaplains, whatever the case might be. And in addition to that, there were about 34,000 churches in all of Scotland. The inside joke to Scotland is there was a pub for every church. Basically, they would go to church and then go to the pub. Now, you have to remember that in Scotland, a pub is a watering hole or public house. It's just where they went to socialize. It would be like if the guys in Fort Bend, Montana went to the diner, all the farmers, which if you've ever been there like at 10:30 in the morning on a Tuesday, it's all farmers talking about agriculture and the weather. And so that's how they see pubs there. Today, however, we went from 44,000 paid clergy to less than 4,000. We went from 34,000 churches, and since then the name has been changed on the registry to places of worship. So places of worship now are churches, synagogues, mosques, things of that nature, kingdom halls, Latter-day Saints, all of it. It's all kind of curtailed into one category now. And today there's less than 11,000. You heard me, 11,000. By the way, of that 1.9 million people, if I didn't mention this a few seconds ago, that say they're Christians, they're hereditary Christians, less than 11,000 go to church on a regular basis. And less than 7,600 of those are actually faithful attenders, go all the time, they're active in the churches. So 1.9 million people, 11,000 people attend church. You do the math, it's pretty catastrophic. What are we up against? Well, we wouldn't have believed it if I didn't see it for myself. There's a thing called the humanist movement. You may have never heard of it. I hadn't heard of it. But the humanist movement, literally, this is their mantra. Our work helped to make Scotland a more secular place. This is an organization that is literally hyper-focused on pushing God out of Scotland and basically putting us on par with God. So, wow, right? In fact, the humanist movement has taken over most of the church's responsibilities. Weddings, done by the humanist movement. Funerals, humanist movement. Are you ready for this? Christenings are done by the humanist movement. How can you do a christening if Christ isn't in the picture? It doesn't make sense to me. You tell me, you figure it out, let me know, DM it, or put it down in the comments. I'd love to hear how that works, but whatever. Our vision is to reach the lost through serving the children of God, to read a radical transformation for Jesus Christ in Scotland and around the world. We're sharing the gospel. Our mission is to share the gospel through our actions and sometimes our words. And our values, those are in this booklet as well. I just want to read a few to you just so you are aware of kind of what we're doing. You know, by Lisa and I giving up everything that we own, literally guns, house, cars, jobs, businesses, the whole works, we are betting the farm. We are betting, actually one of our values. We're a faith-filled, big thinking, bet the farm risk takers. We will never insult God with small thinking and safe living. And the one right above that is that we give up things we love for things we love even more. It is an honor to sacrifice for church or for Christ and his church. So what does that look like for you? Because we only have 9 days left and 103 days to move, we need to make a move on this. That's why you're seeing the video, whether it be on Facebook, YouTube, messaged, whatever. I'm going to send this out as many ways as I possibly can today because we need your help. One of these stick figures probably represents you. We have different levels. $75 a month, $100 a month, $200 a month, $300 a month, $500 a month, or $750 a month. Now, when I got to this one, there's a bunch of you going like, yeah, right. Let me tell you, somebody's already stepped up for this. Now, we would not turn it away if God is telling you to give us $750 a month. Not even close. But we have some of those spots filled. Like I said, we're at about 47% to our goal. We have 53% to raise. We're going to go anyways. It's just a matter if we're going to be eating top ramen or if we're going to be able to eat like human beings. Okay? It's just going to be a matter if we drive a nice car or if I'm going to be cycling around for a while. And you know what? Man, if that's what God calls us to do, so be it. But we need your help. We need you to step up to be one of those stick figures. Now, you're probably thinking like, Russ, $75 is a fortune to me. That's okay. Here's what we're going to ask you to do. We're going to ask you to pray about God and what God has planned for you and what God puts on your heart to give. I would challenge you with this. If you pray and God says $25 a month, maybe do 30. Stretch yourself a little bit, okay? But we're asking you to do 75 and above because we can actually budget that in for what we're doing in Scotland as an overall picture. Monthly support, meaning that there's 3 things that we need to facilitate while we're in this. 1, operational costs, stamps, paper, phones, computer needs, software, things of that nature, okay? And then we have our livelihoods, which is our home, our fuel, our utilities. We have to pay for medical insurance while we're there, all that good stuff. That all figures into that. Our clothing and personal stuff, we draw a very, very small salary, and we can only draw a small salary because we're going over on support, and we are not allowed to work. You heard me, while we're there. At least that's the instance for now. And then the third part is ministry costs. For us to be able to take somebody to coffee, we need to be able to budget for that kind of stuff. And so we're asking you to help with that as well so we can take somebody out to coffee. And if you choose to join us today, you get one of these glow-in-the-dark bracelets that says God's not dead. and shows that you're one of our supporters. And they glow in the dark because we're called to be a light in the darkness. It was kind of funny. We took all of our supporters to go see The Chosen season 5, episode 1 and 2, 1, 2, and 3, 1 and 2, something like that. And I gave out the bracelets that evening, and all of them were glowing in the dark. It was just kind of cool. But if you choose to give today, we want to send you some pens so you can write your story and you can journal. We would like to send you one of our stickers for your laptop or your coffee mug or whatever the case might be. We would like to send you one of these stickers at a gathering place. This is the church that we're going to be planting in March of 27. The one that will come up later will say established. It will be strictly for those who help support us and the church to get started. But we like to send that to you so you can put it somewhere and be praying for us. We're going to send you some QR codes. This is always a fun one. I kind of play like Where's Waldo? I hide these all over the place. And the stickers there's like a vinyl sticker. They come off very easily and they go off very easily. So if you stick it on a piece of tile or on a table or something, it comes up very easily. So you're not vandalizing people's stuff. The last thing we'd like to do is send you one of these prayer cards. So you can put it up on your refrigerator, on your bathroom mirror, give to people, whatever the case might be, so that we can get your prayers. Last but not least, if you would like one of these for your coffee table or for your place of business or your home, or so you can have and show to people, just let us know. Email us, weavers@godsnotdead.org. We would love to send you one and make it available. You can also find them on our website, on our resource page, along with some other things there. But listen, 9 days. Our hope and goal and prayer is that we'll be at 100% support by June 20th, so that we can go to Scotland in July and buy with confidence and be ready to do what we need to do. Okay? So thank you again so much for taking the time to watch this. We love you and have a great day.